Defend yourself against DDoS attacks by hiding your true IP address with ExpressVPN. And visit my custom link expressvpn.com/ghilliemaster in the description to find out how you can get an extra 3 months free.
Oh my god.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to another GTA Online in-depth guide here on the channel. Today we're going over the brand new MTL Brickade 6x6. I'll be talking about its stats, armor, and showing some performance comparisons, and overall just giving my review of the vehicle. But man, let me just say before we start, I don't really have anything negative to say about this vehicle. It doesn't happen very often where we get a near perfect vehicle, but goddamn do we have one here. Also, real quick before we start, I want to give a huge thank you to my friend EnderCrafter for helping me record and test for this video. Now, why am I saying this vehicle is so good? Well, let's start out with the armor. There are two different values for the amount of rockets it will take, and that's going to depend on if you have the Acid Lab armor plating upgrade on it or not. If you don't have that armor plating upgrade, it will blow up in 34 RPGs or homing missiles, which is still a very respectable number. But if you do have it equipped, you'll be tanking 47 missiles before blowing up on the 48th. Thing is an absolute unit. It also doesn't matter if you have someone in the vehicle or not, it'll still take the same amount. But even the laser cannons take like 7 seconds to blow the vehicle up. It's just twirling through the air, soaking up the cannon fire. Now you might ask, why would you ever not put the armor plating on it? Well, if you choose to not have armor plating, yeah, you'll get less armor, but you'll be able to chuck sticky bombs out of the vehicle in return. Whereas if you do have the armor plating, you're stuck using only bullet weapons, so I guess that is kind of one negative to it. At this armor value though, it makes it the second most explosive resistant vehicle in the entire game. The crown still is held by the MOC cab, which takes 69 RPGs to blow it up, but this Acid Lab has much more to flex than just defense. With the ramp wedge on the front, it basically turns it into an armored phantom wedge. You can drive on the opposite side of the highway going full speed and just launch vehicles without losing any speed whatsoever. We've gotten so many vehicles in the past in this game that have wedges on the front that just don't work very well at all. Like, they can't push vehicles out of the way despite having that wedge. I'm looking at you, Pounder Custom. Well, this one excels at the job. Its ramp is so useful that not even a head-on collision against a Charnabog, one of the heaviest vehicles in the game, can stop it. It can also be equipped with your choice of mines. I highly recommend the EMP mines because they just stop the pursuer's vehicle for a few seconds, and nothing can really beat that. And really, if you think about it, if you have both the wedge on the front and the mines to drop behind you, no one's going to be able to stop you from the front, and no one is going to be able to catch you from the back either. It's actually nuts. In terms of overall performance though, in a straight line, against the Terabyte, it smokes it. Against this other competitor, the MOC cab in a straight line, it gets wrecked, not gonna lie. But I think I would rather drive the Brickade because it has just way better handling. The brakes are way better for one thing. Just like both the Terabyte and MOC cab, it has bullet resistant windows that will break after 16 shots from a pistol or an automatic weapon, or 5 shots from a sniper. FMJ is of course the counter to this, they will penetrate right through it. I guess one minor negative thing that I could say about the Brickade that doesn't really have to do with any of the stats of the vehicle itself really, but there's a feature that you get with the Acid Lab called a delivery bike. You can summon your Manchester delivery bike like you could a Sparrow. It doesn't take up a personal vehicle slot on the map, so it's a good vehicle to use to get to a personal aircraft where you can't use a personal vehicle to get to a personal aircraft because you can't have both out at once. Whereas this, you can have the bike out with your aircraft. The bike appears as if it's being hauled on the back of the Brickade covered up, so it would be really cool if you could just walk up to the back of the vehicle and press right or something on the D-pad to spawn right on the delivery bike instead of having to call it in. Or maybe even having an exit method when in the back of the Acid Lab that says exit on delivery bike if it's not already spawned in somewhere. Just a minor complaint there, just a thing that I think would be cool. Other than that though, this is basically a flawless vehicle. Everyone should own one of these. And whoever designed it needs a raise ASAP. This is what we like to see. Good, fun vehicles that are balanced in a way that makes sense. It's very rare that I only have positive things to say in one of my vehicle guides, but I'm glad it could finally happen here. If you're wondering how to unlock this vehicle though, I have a link to my other introductory guide on how to do just that down in the description. It's not too hard, you'll get it in no time. But that is going to wrap up this in-depth guide of the Brickade 6x6 or the Acid Lab. Post in the comments what you guys think about the Brickade. I would love to hear your thoughts. If you enjoyed the video or found it helpful, feel free to leave a like as well as subscribe to my channel for more GTA Online Los Santos Drug Wars content. I want to give a huge shout out to all my channel members for your support. If you'd like to become a member for some exclusive perks, you can either use the join button or the link that's down in the description. And as always, thanks for watching and have a great day. Oh my god, just stopped in his tracks.